The friend there, he has asked interesting questions. As I mentioned earlier, that all of these questions come from the Ahmadi community or Ahmadi activists because they feel Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani is a good candidate for that status they have given him. Yes or no? They believe he's a good candidate. Our contention is he is not a good candidate for that status. Any question that comes from Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani has to be put aside before we answer those questions. We have to see who's asking the question and who's claiming what. We have to see that. Now I ask you all questions. I ask you all. Will you ever knowingly appoint a person who lied repeatedly as an imam? Yes or no?
No.
Would you ever appoint him to teach your children?
No.
A compulsive liar, someone who lies repeatedly, not once, not twice, repeatedly. You will not do that. Anyone who used language like harami, haramzada, zurriyatul bagaya, will you ever knowingly appoint him to teach your child Islam?
No. Never.
Well, brother, wait. Let me answer the question here. I'm asking the crowd, let the crowd answer. So have patience, you're most welcome. We are welcoming you, you're most welcome. But listen to us as well. Would you ever appoint someone who has repeatedly made failed prophecies, not once, not twice, repeatedly made failed prophecies against himself, and then you want to appoint him to teach your children Islam? You would never do that with your children. Here we have a model where a person repeatedly lied, repeatedly abused people, who interpreted the Quran in ways that you cannot read those interpretations in front of your family. You cannot read those words in front of your family. Now there are no ladies here. I can say this. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani wrote, "Khushu in Salah is like having intercourse and ejaculating inside a woman." He wrote this. Now, one can interpret the Quran or interpret the forms of worship in Islam in many different ways. But someone using this language in a religious discourse, why do we reject when Sheikh Ahmad Didat stood up in front of Jimmy Swaggart and he said, "I will give you $100 if you read the book of Ezekiel." And there is X-rated content there in the Bible. And Jimmy Swaggart read it 100 miles an hour, very quickly, fast. And Sheikh Ahmad Didat gave him $100 for reading it. Why? What was the purpose? This is so vulgar and disgusting. There are things in the writings of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani. Again, we are not saying anything today that we cannot prove. Wallahi, we will be held accountable. Not only in front of you, but Allah. We have to answer to Allah. We cannot lie. We have evidence, black and white, from the books of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani. So the greatest struggle between us and the Ahmadi community is to prove Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani to be a person worthy of teaching a child Islam, let alone an entire community around the world, or even Muslims in general. This is the greatest challenge we are facing.